Hi everyone, my name is Christina Loatkino and I'm a full stack software engineer. I recently graduated from a fellowship program in New York City called Pursuit, where for the last year I've learned the PERN stack, which is JavaScript, React, Node, Express, and Postgres. Since then, I have been developing a web application and I'm going to show you. So CryptoTalk is a full stack web application that provides educational resources and information for users to learn about and explore cryptocurrencies. So here we have the homepage where we have Get Started with Crypto, Crypto News, and Crypto Games. Below we have a list of all cryptocurrencies. So you can see all the coins on each of these cards. Then we can see, we can click on one and we can see, for example, Bitcoin. And here we can see all the information about Bitcoin. You can see the market cap, the fully diluted market cap, the volume in 24 hours, the circulating supply, max supply, total supply, the current Bitcoin price, Bitcoin percent change increase, which was done using chart.js to show the values, and different tags to show words associated with Bitcoin. So this way, users can see everything about each coin. So you can go back, you can look at another coin, maybe you want to see Polkadot, and you can see this has the same information just with the updated values, which are stored in the back end. The back end was created with real data from an API that I found called CoinMarketCap. And I made some changes to the back end because that API was very large and it had a lot of information that I wasn't necessarily going to use for this app. So instead, what I did was I created my own backend by fetching the data from the API, but then only keeping what I'm going to use, and also adding in extra things that I wanted to add about each coin for my site. So I added logos, and which was important because there were no pictures in the original API. So now you can see all the coins with a logo. So on CryptoTalk, we also have users. So you can go to the users page to see a list of all the different users, which are also stored in the back end. So if you scroll down, you can see all of the different users and their different profile pictures, their usernames, and then you can click on a user. You can also search for a user. Like, for example, if you want to find Olivia, you can start typing OLI, and it will give you both Oliver and Olivia because they both start with OLI. But I want to go back because I want to find Christina. So I'll search for Christina and I'll keep typing CH. That also shows up because Oliver's last name has a CH. But I found Christina by typing an R. So I'll click see user details to see Christina's profile. And Christina is also an admin. So on this page, you can see the user profile with all the information about each user, which has their name, username, a password, which for now you can hide and show, their ID, an email address, their location, and different coins that they're interested in. And you can also see below coins that are connected to each user on the back end using a one-to-many relationship. So these coins are each connected to this user, and eventually there will be a feature to add a coin. so you can update which coins are connected to each user. But for now, you can edit a user. So I'll click on the edit button, and you can edit any information about the user, including their photo. I can change New York City to just New York, and I can make the state California. So then I'll click submit, or I can cancel. So I'll click submit, and it changed to New York, California. But I want to make sure that this change stayed, so I can go back to users and I can look and search for Christina again. And I can click on the user details, and I come back to this page and it stays the same, New York, California. I can also go back and maybe cancel, because I don't want to edit Christina, but instead I want to go back to users and I want to go to Casey and edit Casey and delete Casey. So I'll click the delete button, and this will give me a message saying, am I sure I want to delete this user? I can still click cancel, or I can click yes. I will click yes and delete Casey. So now I'll come back here to users and I'll look for Casey, and Casey's nowhere to be found. So we know that because there is a no results that comes up when there's no user found. And what else we can do is we can learn about cryptocurrencies. So there's a learn page here, which has another search feature. These are questions about cryptocurrencies and different questions that you might have getting started with crypto. So you can open these up and you can see different information about the answers to each question. And there's also a link to the website where this information came from, so you know this is accurate data. You can search for anything that includes the word Bitcoin, for example. So now everything here says Bitcoin in either the question or the answer. This accordion I created myself by trying to figure out how to use state to keep the accordion open or closed. And this was done using React. We can also go to crypto news. This is a news page which will eventually have more crypto news. For now, these are just placeholders, but this will be a news page. I have crypto games. We have crypto coloring and crypto match. So crypto coloring, this is a coloring game where you can click on a color and you can fill in the SVG images with a color in the background, or you can update the color. Each color in each shape is each shape is an SVG image. So each shape has in state a place where it tells you the color. So it will save the color to each shape, and it will update based on that when you click. So now if we go back to the other game, crypto matching, this is a matching game where you can match the cryptocurrency logos and familiarize yourself with the cryptocurrency logos. So you can click, and once you find a match, such as the Bitcoin that I just found, you can see that they stay open and the turns will update as you take turns. So this will be counted and these will stay in state. There's a way for the app to know whether or not the two images match. which is also stored in state. And when you're done, you can reset this by clicking on the new game button. So you can click new game and it resets. And the images will be in a different order. So now we have an About Me page where you can see information about me. You can see a little description and some links to my LinkedIn, GitHub, and resume. And when you click on the resume, this downloads directly to your computer. For the shop page, this is a shop that I am working on, which will be a way for users to add NFTs to their shopping cart. And the prices are in Ethereum and converted to US dollars, so you can see the differences in price. And below is an example of what the shopping cart might end up looking like. So this is a page I'm still currently working on, but this is the idea. There is also a dark mode button that I created. So this will turn all the backgrounds and text to the opposite. So it'll go from light to dark. And this will stay on every page because this is also stored in state with React. This is actually another area of CryptoTalk, which I'm still working on. This is a sign up page. So eventually users will be able to sign up and you'll be able to add this will add a new user to the database. Currently it's working, but to be able to implement a login, that might have to change. But for now, it's functional on the back end. So this was CryptoTalk. Thank you for watching my project walkthrough. And if you have any feedback or suggestions, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.